Smartphones have been a bit boring over the years, which is why foldables came around, right? We thought this was going to be the future, and it's been a bit delayed because of bulky devices, aspect ratios that are weird, software doesn't comply, some people have been waiting for Apple. But I think this year, Samsung with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 has something that's a bit truly unique. And that is why I switched. Okay. I know you guys are gonna go, Thunder E, we've heard this before. We've heard this whole I switch thing. Not from me, other YouTubers do it on a constant basis. I've done this video once, and that was with the iPhone, and I really wanted to spend time with the iPhone. I realized it's just not for me. It's not my main device. That's a device I still use as a secondary device. But this is me using this in place of the S25 Ultra. I've always been an Ultra user because I've always used the Note and with the S Pen, and I'm switching to this. I'm switching to the Z Fold 7. Part of the reasons why is that I want to spend time with a foldable. I want to live the life like my buddy Michael Fisher who likes to cover a lot of foldable devices. I want to see how I will work well with a 6.5-inch display that is wider, but not as wide as this. You can clearly see it from just both devices here, right? It's not as wide. I want to see how well I will do with a portable tablet that feels comfortable. Like, you don't understand what the weight of this device feels like until you hold it. I'm not going to labor you in this video and go or talk about, you know, how thin. It is thin, by the way, but I'll talk about the weight and how comfortable it is. But before I do that, let's venture to the gym, right? And the reason I said that is that as I go to work on a regular basis, I do capture content while working out. That is one of the beauties of a foldable, right? And all the footage you're watching is me working out in the gym, doing, capturing content there. I love the fact that with the Fold, it's so easy to put it in like a tent mode. Either way, whether it's standing for short form or for long form, to make it easy for you to just capture content. It's super easy, it's straightforward. Forgive my workouts because I'm trying to change my routine and I'm trying to drop weight. I'm trying to get lighter, leaner, faster, be my younger self, but who knows how that goes. But back to the Z Fold 7, right? So we can talk about specs in this video. We can go into details on why, but that's not the reason why I switched, because we know, yes, it's got a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. We know it's got 12 gigs RAM or 16 if you go to 1 terabyte. It's got lovely displays. The crease is so much better on this in comparison, but it's the comfortable nature of this device. Super comfortable. I mean, it slides in your pocket so easily. It fits very well. And usability is an interesting thing. And I wanted to spend time in this video and use it on a day-to-day basis. So I'm gonna take you on a journey and you're gonna watch me go watch a movie, grab brunch, and just use this device regularly. So let's head to the movies.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending on the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and
I'm here at the movies, here to see F1. I know Superman's out, but I'll reserve my thoughts for that till next week, but it's time to go see the movie. Using the rear camera outside. How do I look? But anyway, movie theater is in front of me, this way. And I'm walking to it. Oh, look at the kids. Look at these right here. Little kids. Okay, straight out of the theater. F1 was dope. I can see why people like this movie. It was very thrilling. It felt like you were driving an F1 car. So Love the stuff they did there. Apple, Brad Pitt, all of them. Dope movie. Yeah, I know. I should have. Some people were going to ask me about Superman. I'm boycotting. I'll put it that way. But I'm going to watch it this week, during the week. F1 was really dope, like I said. I really enjoyed the messaging in that movie about finishing what you start, not necessarily just winning, but completing the cycle, which kind of feels like Samsung is getting to that point of completing the cycle with this. It's not complete. It's not complete because there are certain things that are missing. One is the lack of S Pen support. And I say this because Samsung says, hey, look, we took out the digitizer area because we made it super thin, right? The whole thin thing. But you have people like Honor going, we add a digitizer in there. It's the same thinness. And I think it's possible. And I want Samsung to really push themselves there, right? And you know, S Pen case is still fine. I love that idea. And there are some people are griping, but let's be real. Most of you did not buy the S Pen case for the Z Fold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't matter. Most of you guys didn't. So that's probably why Samsung took it off. Not because they couldn't fit it in, but because you guys didn't actually use it. So, and to be fair, that you guys means me. I didn't use it that much either. And I don't see a full need for it. But the thing I do need is battery life. And that's where I'm still not sure. And to be fair with this device, my battery life has been great using it so far, but I haven't pushed it as much. Again, this is the first couple of days using the device. 4400 milliamp battery is not great. 25 watt charging is also slow. I noticed the charging quite well because this, you know, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is 45 watts. This is 25. Samsung, let's get us to 65 watts. And also, going back to that Honor video that I mentioned, Honor really is pushing this whole narrative of we've got a bigger battery, and they do. Same thickness, almost the same weight, and bigger battery. Silicon carbon is the way to go, it seems, and I'd love to see that here. Like I said, my battery life has been pretty cool, but I still love to see it there. Which means if I go out to brunch, hang out with friends, and you know, grab dinner, lunch, it should actually work. But speaking of brunch, take a look at some of the food I had. There's this great place in Newark that has some really great food. It's Mediterranean, it's lovely. Anyway, just watch, listen, enjoy. So you're taking this journey with me, guys, as I switch in this device, and it's going to be a longer journey. It's not just me saying I've switched and trying to throw all these things out there. The one thing I do like is the camera, right? You've seen some of the images. I like the improvements in the camera. I've wished that it still went further. You know, periscopic zoom would be nice because the housing is different, right? See the housing. It is different from the housing of the device itself. So I would like to see better cameras in there for the periscope and the ultrawide. 50 megapixel ultrawide, maybe a 50 megapixel periscopic. You know, the same set of lenses from the S25 Ultra other than the main lens. But still, while recording content, the front-facing camera, it's good. I like it. And even the internal camera, which honestly, I have not used, so I'm not even gonna show any image here. But those things work really well while using this device. And, you know, cameras are very important, and it's nice to see that. Let's talk about the usability of this device. Now, I've been walking around using it on a daily basis since I got the Z Fold 7. You gotta get a case. You should get a case, but try and get one of the carbon cases. I'm waiting for mine to come in. I ordered one from Samsung, which is why you're not seeing it in this video. I'm also getting one from Speedian as well. Simply put is that this thing is very thin and also lighter than any of your smartphones. If you're using like a Pro Max, iPhone, or Galaxy S25 Ultra, it is lighter than any of those. And also it's a bit slippery at the back. So it hasn't fallen on the floor yet, but I've been catching it and my reflexes have been on like full control. But it is super light. So having that case and also screen protector in front, I always use a speaking screen protector. So that's what I tend to use. But I like the durability of this device. It feels very comfortable now to carry it around instead of my S25 Ultra. And I will tell you, I tend to forget that it's in my pocket. That's a bit scary, because especially if you have pockets that kind of let things slide out, you gotta be careful with that. But it feels very nice to walk around with a foldable that I know once I open up, it feels like a regular smartphone. Now, I do like this color. I also like the mint as well. This is my favorite color so far. The black is really good too as well if you want, like color combinations or anything. By the way, I'm in the new Blazer EV. I'll be doing a video on that on IG sometime this week. But it's improved from some of the issues they had last time, which I like. That's the car kind of beeping there. Cameras. Let's take a look at some of the pictures, because I think you will like some of the things you see and not like some of the things you see, but we'll chat about it. One thing that I found quite interesting in this device is the fingerprint sensor. It's on the side. It feels a bit weird because of how thin the device is that sometimes I feel like I can't locate the fingerprint sensor. But Samsung's also added a new way to add your fingerprint on the device and use the fingerprint sensor. Typically, when you're adding fingerprints, you're pressing, moving around, pressing. Now you can just kind of rub your finger across it and it adds in there. And the other thing too is how to use fingerprints. So typically with your S25 Ultra, you basically just tap on the screen and boom. I can use your left hand, right hand. With this device, right hand, I use my thumb, right? You see, it's easy. Left hand, I cannot use my thumb, so I have to use this finger here. And because of that rubbing nature, it works pretty well. It's easy to use fingerprint. And it's nice. It's nice that works quite effectively. Now, the main display is something that I really like for app usability. That internal display is really good, but the cover display works well. It's wide enough, and you're sitting down, you want to go through apps. This is where Samsung has really done a good job, is like you fire up an app like say Instagram that works well for either display. You fire up TikTok. TikTok opens up quite nicely. It takes up most of that screen, scrolling through. Yes, there are bars on the side, but I really like it. I really like the use of space, which means as you're using it wherever you are, this will work well. And yes, I wasn't driving while doing it, I was parked, so you have that there. But it really works well. I like it. For us here, gaming is very, very important, and having a large real estate is super fantastic. Android games don't push systems well. Like this is Snapdragon 8 Elite. We know that it plays all the games you want to well. And also, in terms of controllers that support this device, the Backbone Pro supports it, as well as I believe the Razer Kishi Pro, somewhere around here. But the Backbone Pro may look small, but it does support the full length of the device itself, which is nice. It's also easy to kind of tap in and put, but man, that USB port is so small that you go like this. But yeah, there you go. So that's the Backbone Pro right there. What I really want to try and do, I've been trying to get it to work, I haven't yet, is PC games on here, running via emulation. And that is through a software called Game Hub. Game Hub will allow you to play things like The Witcher 3, also Doom. It's a lot of emulation settings that I'm playing with, and hopefully once I get it right, I will have that video for you. But the real estate, just look at how big this screen is when you're gaming. It works out really well. You get more real estate to play your games. And that affects battery life, of course, but so far my battery life has been good. We'll have to wait and see as I use it for a longer period. So like my 1 month or 2 week video, I'll give you more in-depth look into what this device can do. Now, to kind of wrap it up, right? I've switched. This is now my main device. This is the device that I use on a daily basis. I like it. I'm very cautious of how thin it is. I will remind you guys again, screen protector in front. I use Spigen screen protector, is absolutely important. And also a case for the back. I'm waiting for my, carbon case from Samsung. Hopefully that will give me enough protection. But don't take off the screen protector inside here. I think this will be a very good placement to see where foldables move forward in the future and how people use it. Yes, I would have loved it to be, you know, yay wider, kind of like that, but it's not, but it still works really well. I'm enjoying it. The things that I feel Samsung should have done with this device, including a bigger battery, silicon carbon, 5,000 if it's, you know, or 5,000 or more. I would love to see the S Pen. I'm not a do or die. Even though I love the S Pen on the S25 Ultra, I only use it maybe about 5% of the time, right? So that's something at least that would be nice to add. And the cameras bring full Ultra cameras across the board here, matching the S25 Ultra at least. That is something that I want to see them change. But for now, I'm enjoying it and I'm enjoying what the device can do. And of course, faster charging, right? Definitely faster charging. So anyway, if you guys have any questions in comments and you like this style of video, because I've kind of been talking and ranting and showing you just different things, let me know. I've captured a lot from this device and it does a really good job at recording those moments for you and just like putting it in. I think that is dope. But this is Thunder E saying thank you and always enjoy your entertainment. And yeah, don't forget to pick one up if you want to. Use our link down below.